Hi, Ralph Watson here with a book review. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about this book. It's called Oversubscribed by Daniel Priestley. It's one of the books that I have read a number of times. I also have it as an audio book, so I frequently dip in and out of it whilst I'm driving any distance. Why have I chosen to do a review on this book? Because I think it gives some outstanding tips for how you can grow your business by making that business a little different, and enabling you to make more of an impact, the impact that you want to make. So, Oversubscribed by Daniel Priestley. Now, Daniel Priestley himself is an Australian guy, very successful entrepreneur. By the time he'd reached his mid-20s, he was already worth millions in terms of the businesses that he had created and had developed. And one of the great things about Daniel is that when he runs an event, he's not putting 15 or 20 people in a room. He is playing to packed out audiences in theatre venues and, dare I say, small stadium. Daniel's philosophies are based entirely on what he has done and what he has used and what has worked for him. And what I'm going to do here today really is to share with you just a few tips from his book, which should, if you like, entice you to make a small investment, purchase that book. I carry it with me and I dip into and out of it for little tips. I would recommend that you do the same. The philosophy behind the book, in Daniel's own words, is how to get people lining up to do business with you. Now, how many of you, and be honest, how many of you would not like to have people lining up to do business with you? Most business people that I meet are spending their time in one kind of battle or another to actually get business, to get customers, to get clients. Whereas Daniel's philosophy is really to get people to come to you based on almost their inability to get to you, to become oversubscribed. And some of the tips that he gives in there are very useful. I'll share those with you here today because you can go away and start using those and then find some more from the book, because it is packed with them. It is really packed with them. And the first tip is really about separating yourself from the market. It's about making yourself different so that people come to you not because you are one of, but because you are one off. You are so different from the rest of the market that they want to do business with you. He talks about things like personal branding. He talks about, for example, look at professional actors. Now, he cites the USA, and it's probably much the same here in the UK. In the USA, there are hundreds of thousands of professional actors. And probably less than 1% of those people is earning $100,000 or more in a year. There are just so many of them. And yet you look at the top end, you look at the cream, look at the big stars, people like George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, Jennifer Aniston. I'm sure you've got your own favorites. Those people are separated from the market. And it's not just about their talent. It's about their specific individual brand that makes them totally different. A great example that Daniel gives is of a young personal trainer working in a gym and basically struggling to make ends meet, working 7 days a week because the market price for one-to-one sessions is probably about £50. After investing in himself and investing in working with Daniel, that guy finished up with a business where he had a maximum of 50 clients. And each one of those clients was paying him in excess of £50,000 a year to be his personal client. And he specializes, his own market, the market he has created, is about working with them one-to-one in a very different and very specialist way. And he also organizes retreats to places like Thailand, where he does martial arts style training. And people are actually lining up to do business with him. So it's very much about creating your personal brand and then taking that personal brand and being remarkable, making it stand out. And I actually put this into effect when I was working out in Turkey and the Middle East. And people became fascinated by the connection between the name Ralph and the wolf, because the name Ralph means wolf in many parts of the world. And so the brand grew as being the White Wolf, and that brand has carried my business exceptionally well by making it stand out, by making it different. So I don't stand up and say, I'm Ralph Watson and I'm a coach. I stand up and say, I'm Ralph Watson, I'm the White Wolf. Let me tell you why. So you've got to look at your business and you've got to make it stand out. You've got to make it remarkable. You've got to give it that uniqueness that makes people want to do business with you. And in the book, Oversubscribed, Daniel tells you how to do that. His third tip, and this is a great one when you look at how you actually do business, is to create imbalance. So that imbalance is the way that you drive your business. And there's a great little diagram that he uses, which is this crosshatch matrix, which says there are 4 ways to create imbalance. The first is through innovation. You can create demand, you can create oversubscription if your product is innovative, if your product is different. Think Apple, okay? Apple are innovative, their products are remarkably different, and that is what attracts people. Now remember, it won't attract everybody, because some people don't want innovation, they want tried and tested. And remember that in Oversubscribed, it's not about attracting everybody, it's about attracting the right kind of people, the people you want to do business with. So innovation is the first one. The second is convenience. If you make it very easy for people to get your product, then they will come to you. You can't have innovation and convenience, because innovation takes time, innovation takes investment, innovation takes thought, whereas convenience is getting it done, getting it out there fast, it's having the big stack of boxes. So you've either got innovation or you've got convenience. And there are companies who drive their business through having lots of boxes, plenty of access, plenty of availability. Third one is price. You can sell on price. And there are organizations that sell on price. There are companies out there in the high street who will sell on price. You get something and their doors are always open and people are always going in and out of there because what they're getting does not cost much. The price that you pay for that is that very often you've got to have a very high turnover in order to make money out of it. And finally, there's relationship. You can create imbalance by focusing on developing relationships. Now, relationships take time. Relationships take investment. So you rarely find any company, any organization, any business that develops long-term relationships and yet is selling on price. There is an imbalance there. So look at your business and ask yourself, how do I want to do this? What is my route to the market? What is my way of becoming oversubscribed? And Daniel again talks very succinctly in his book about how to do just that. Tip number 4 is to use what Daniel describes as the campaign-driven enterprise. And there are some steps to follow, and he talks you through very beautifully how to do that. Step 1 is you've got to build up to being oversubscribed. In other words, You've got to build the drive, build the urge, build the desire to the point where you are oversubscribed. If you think back a few years, over the years, the Christmases when there has been that specific toy that everybody wanted but nobody could get it, and they were all queuing up. I can think of things like the Pokemons, like Tracy Island, those kind of things, where people were queuing up to get it. In effect, those products were sold before they were even on the shelves. Apple are masters at doing that. People are queuing up before the product is even on the shelf. And that's one way to do it, is you build up to being oversubscribed. You then wait and you release when you are oversubscribed. So in other words, if you are selling a training program, you wait until you've got more people than you need before you actually release the full details and let people buy. If you've got a box of widgets, you make sure that you have a queue of people with their cash in their hand waiting for that box of widgets, and then you open your shop door and you say, come and get them. The third is you must deliver a remarkable experience. Your box of widgets has got to be an outstanding box of widgets. Your training has got to be an outstanding training. Your seminar has got to be a brilliant seminar. Your product, your book, whatever it is that you're putting out there, must deliver a remarkable experience. And once you've done that, you then get to celebrate your success and then look at what you've done and innovate. Say to yourself, okay, how can we repeat that, and how can we make it better? How can we make it even more different so that you can then repeat the experience? So that's a great tip, the campaign-driven enterprise. So the book, Oversubscribed by Daniel Priestley, you can access that one of several ways. You can go online to Amazon, where you can buy the hardback or softback copy. You can go online to Amazon and you can download it for your Kindle. You can also go to audible.com and you can download it and play it on Audible. So that's great for listening to in the car. Another book for you to look for while you're there is called Become a Key Person of Influence, again by Daniel Priestley. And to me, these two dovetail together. So you can read either one first. They're both outstanding books and they both carry my recommendation. Please read and enjoy. Now, what you're seeing in front of you now is the website address for Inspired Impact, and also the email address for contacting me or any of the Inspired Impact team. If you would like to know more about this book, if you'd like to give us some feedback on your experience from enjoying the book, or if you have a specific book that you would like to have reviewed or see reviewed, or if you'd like to do a book review of yourself of either your own book or somebody else's, then please get in touch, let us know. We would love to hear from you. We'd love to do a book review for you or to welcome you as a book reviewer. So enjoy reading. Thank you very much. See you again.